Amenetet, goddess of the West. This is the opening to the mouth of Leo. This is why you see the Sphinx and these things representing in Africa as the mouth of the West. So when you look at this 30 degrees west and this coast of Brazil and this constellation Leo, now this coast, these fighting styles in martial arts have always been a part of our culture. When you look at the ancient walls of Kemet, you look at capoeira, was supposedly a West African fighting style that the slaves in Brazil used. So when you look at the region across, whether it's crossing the 0 degrees of the Atlantic Ocean, a lot of times when people look at this Brazil and the Caribbeans, talk about this Brazilian West African, you look at the islands, you look at this culture, and these fight styles of capoeira. Come back here. Now this fight style of capoeira was initially used as a dance, as an art form, but it was actually how we disguised our training during the slave era. So during the slave era, we studied capoeira, studied Brazil, and studied these ancient sugarcane plantations and the slavery, the Maroons, and how they defended themselves. So we come out the Gullah Gullah Wars and the Maroon colonies and the resistance against the slave narrative that is presented to us. Now, under these colonizers in Brazil, the Portuguese, the Dutch, and many other colonizers that came into these regions, to disguise style that the slaves in Brazil used to hide their masking of training for protection. These fighting styles in martial arts have always been a part of our culture. When you look at the ancient walls of Kemet, you'll find these things, as well as the scriptures about the Most High teaching on our hands. If you look at the region of Cancer and how this is a water sign, this is what maps out the topological order of the zodiac tropics and how these oceans are. So when you look at the region across, whether it's crossing the 0 degrees of the Atlantic Ocean or the 180 degrees of the Pacific, you must cross this line. When you look at the naming, even when you go down the Amazon and towards the Andes, where you have the Rio Grande and the Mar Dulce, the Rio de Canela, when you look at the cinnamon, the reds, when you look at Canelo and these red, look at the Tupi in Brazil and this region of 30 degrees west and this entrance into the constellation of what landmarks the stella of Leo, and these aboriginals here in Brazil where you find Luisa. When you look at Luisa, one of the oldest skulls found here in the Americas, understand she was found in Brazil. So when you look at the Amazon and Queen Khalifa and this region and the women fighters and the women Amazon and capoeira and this style of fighting amongst the men, Luisa was this skull. She was found here in the Americas. And this professor, when he did the sculpting, found out that it was a Negroid sculpture, but it was related to the Austronesian type. So when we look at these Asiatic and the
Americas, the paintings on these rock shelters are much older than the Indians. Here, hunters chased giant armadillos, an animal that flourished during the Ice Age, long before the arrival of the Indians. There's a playful feel to many of the scenes. Here, a group of men are standing on each other's shoulders, just like a circus act. And here, a rare romantic moment.
navigation, that they knew these locations had to be in these degrees in these certain locations to observe certain and to travel the trade winds and go into these lands, because they knew the mathematics, they knew the astronomy, they knew to look at the account of these Amazons and these women fight alongside the men, and you see Wakanda understand the travel. When you look at Mansa Musa and Abu Khari, and they're coming in, how they came into Mexico and established the. If you go into these regions, you'll find that, and when you look at Tupi and the art, understand she don't come from a tribe in Africa. She don't have no African lineage. So when you look at the Amazons and you see in Wakanda, right, they had the women, right, military, tactical army. When you look at Capoeira, understand that the women also fight alongside or against the men. And when you look at Queen Khalifa, understand the queen of the Amazons, and Wonder Woman and the Americas. When you look at 30 degrees of Brazil, and where the Tupinamba people. When you look at this first conqueror to come into the Amazon, colonizer, should I say, European colonizer, to get credit for discovering and coming into the Amazon and the people here of these regions, and you understand that the architect of Jerusalem. So when you look at the term Amazon, understand how these borders and how these terms, these names, and these Greek terms became names. So when you look at the Or Yahana, right? If you look at the region of Cancer and how this is a water sign, this is what maps out the topological order of the zodiac. When we look at Eber or Hebron and this region across, right? Across, when you understand that the Caribbeans and Brazil, look at Eber, right? A region across, or the cross. Some say the river or region. When you understand the El Nahar and the Judges, and when you look at Eber and the region beyond the cross, and you see Hebron, when you understand Hebron and Lebron, you look at Eber and crossing the Jordan or crossing the line. When we crossed over and went beyond this point of the horizon, to talking about Eber and the crossover, and you see Tameri, understand that this Tet, the mark, and the crossroads, the land that did the day. When we look at the Pacific Ocean, the Indian Ocean, and the Atlantic, and you see this peace sign of these water signs, when you